Hi everyone, Mr. Earl back with another video for you, a little math review. This week we're going to be talking about area and perimeter. Before I get started, I wanted to say hello to everybody and hope everybody is doing well. I hope you've had a chance to connect with your teachers through either Google Classroom, email, or perhaps you've even had a Zoom meeting. In any case, as I mentioned, this week we're going to be talking about area and perimeter. Before I get started, got a quick joke for you. What did the exhausted runner say when he crossed the finish line? He said, "Boy, now I know why they call it a kilometer." But no response from the peanut gallery? Ah, there it is. All right, so area and perimeter. Let's talk about area first. Area is defined as the amount of surface a figure covers, how much space a two-dimensional object takes up. And it's measured in square units. Those units can either be inches, centimeters, yards, feet, miles. Today we're going to talk about a couple different examples, and I have prepared for us, just to save a little time, a couple pieces of construction paper that I've already measured. Speaking of measuring, later on if you do some measurements of your own, you might either want to grab yourself a ruler or perhaps a little tape measure, depending on what you're measuring. Example number one, find the area of this object. As I said, I've already measured this object, and it measures 8.5 inches this way and 8 inches this way. The formula for area is length times width. So we want to multiply 8.5 times 8. When we have a number like 8.5, we can convert it to a decimal, can't we? 8.5. So to get the area of this shape right here, we would do 8.5 times 8. At this point, you might want to pause the video, do your math, and then check back in with us. And you should have 8.5 times 8 is 68 inches squared. I have another little shape right here that I've prepared for us. Another rectangle. This one measures 21.5 centimeters. Decided to do this one in centimeters. So 21.5 centimeters this way and 7 centimeters this way. Let's take our discussion of area one step further. Let's say you have a park in your town and they want to order some crushed stone to put around the park, the area of the park. But inside, within that area, they have a small little pool, kind of a wading pond for ducks. Well, they don't want to put the crushed stone in this area right here. So what we need to do is to figure out the area of the entire park minus the area of this crushed stone. So let's think about how we would do that. Again, I've already pre-measured the length and width of the entire area of the park. Let's say it measures 10 yards this way by 6 yards this way. So think about it for a minute. What would the area of that entire surface be? If you said 60, you would be correct. So let's put 60 yards squared. And when we write that, we want to indicate that 60 yards squared. We can abbreviate yards with the YD there, and the little number 2, which indicates that measurement is in square units. So now, as I said, we don't want to put the stone in the little pond where the ducks are going to be. So we need to remove or subtract the area of that little pond from the overall area of the park. The little duck pond measures 3 yards by 2 yards. What's the area of the duck pond? If you said 6 yards squared, you'd be correct. So how much stone should we order? If you contact the company and say, we need to order some crushed stone, they're going to say, well, what's the area of the location where you want to put this crushed stone? Again, the area of the whole park is 60 yards, but we don't want to put it in the pond where the ducks are. That's 6 yards. 60 minus 6 is, you got it, 54. So the area of the park where we want to lay the crushed stone would be 54 yards squared. Before we start perimeter, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Mrs. Davis's son and daughter, Jack and Maddie, for helping us with the examples this week that you'll find embedded within this lesson. Thanks, guys, for helping out. So let's talk about perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around an object. Remember, we said area is the amount of surface that something takes up, versus perimeter, which, as I said, is the distance around an object. We'll use these two pieces of construction paper because I've already got them cut out and I already have them measured as well. It measures 8.5 this way by 8 inches this way. So if it's a rectangle, we know if this is 8.5, the bottom is 8.5. If we know that this side is 8, we know that this side is 8. How can we calculate the perimeter? If you said add them all up, you got it. What is 8.5 plus 8.5 plus 8 plus 8? Pause the video for a minute, and when you come back, you'll find that the answer is 33 inches, and that is our perimeter. The first challenge is I'd like you to go in your house and see if you can find a picture or a painting, maybe a poster that's in your bedroom, and see if you can find the area, measure it in either inches or centimeters. You can decide which unit of measure you want to use, and then take a picture of that poster or picture that you measured and send that along to your teacher, of course with the answer of the area. I grabbed a picture here that I'm going to, when we're all done with this lesson, I'm going to take a look at this picture here and see if I can calculate the area and perimeter of this picture. This is a picture that was taken about 10 years ago. My son is standing in front. Do you know who that is in the background there over his shoulder? Yeah, it's David Ortiz, Big Papi. He was at a book signing event, and my son was waiting in line to get his autograph, and my wife took a quick picture of him standing there with David Ortiz in the background. Kind of a cherished memento that we have here at the house. So that's challenge number 1. Find a poster or a picture or a painting or something in your house and see if you can find the area of that object. Take a picture of it and send it with your area calculation to your teacher. Challenge number 2 has to do with the guy behind me. We're going to call him Robot Man. Maybe you've been staring at him over my shoulder here during this video and thinking, what is this guy doing back here? So give me a second to go get Robot Man and I'll bring him a little bit closer to you. This is Robot Man. Your challenge for number 2 is to see if you can find the area of Robot Man. After you're done with the area, see if you can find the perimeter of Robot Man. Now this is mine. You can make your own. All I did was take some construction paper and cut them up into a number of different rectangles and then just kind of tape them together. How would we go about calculating the area, do you think, of this Robot Man? If you said that we need to calculate the area of each individual rectangle on here and then add them up, you would be exactly correct. Let's talk about finding the perimeter of your own Robot Man. Well, remember, perimeter is the distance around. So grab your ruler or grab your tape measure and start measuring. You can measure it in either centimeters or in inches. And then again, take a picture of your own creation along with the calculations that you found for area and perimeter. Remember, for area, it's units squared. So your final answer, let's say you're measuring Robot Man in centimeters, your final answer should be in centimeters squared. I look forward to seeing some of your responses, and I hope to see you again real soon back in school. In the meantime, signing off for now. And please remember, be nice to everybody. So long.